The week before Christmas, when snow seemed to lie thickest, was the moment for carol singing. And when I think back to those nights, it was to the crunch of the snow and the lights of the lanterns on it. Carol singing in my village was a special tithe for the boys. The girls had little to do with it, like haymaking, blackberrying, stone clearing, and wishing people a happy Easter was one of our seasonal perks. Mile after mile we went, fighting against the wind, falling into snowdrifts and navigating by the lights of the houses, and yet we never saw our audience. We called at house after house. We heard voices from hidden rooms, we smelt rich clothes and strange hot food. We saw maids bearing in dishes or carrying away coffee cups. We received nuts, cakes, figs, preserved ginger, dates, cough drops and money, but we never saw our patrons. We sang as it were at the castle walls, and apart from the squire, who had shown himself to prove that he was still alive, we never expected it otherwise. We approached our last house high up on the hill, the place of Joseph the farmer. For him we had chosen a special carol, which was about the other Joseph. So that way we always felt that singing it added a spicy cheek to the night. The last stretch of the country to reach his farm was perhaps the most difficult of all. In these rough, bare lanes open to all winds, sheep were buried and wagons lost. Huddled together, we tramped into one another's footsteps, powdered snow blew into our screwed-up eyes, and candles burnt low. Some blew out altogether, and we talked loudly above the gale. Crossing, at last, the frozen millstream, whose wheel in summer still turned a barren mechanism, we climbed up to Joseph's farm. Sheltered by trees, warm on its bed of snow, it seemed always to be like this. As always, it was late. As always, this was our final call. The snow had a fine crust upon it, and the old trees sparkled like tinsel. We grouped ourselves round the farmhouse porch. The sky cleared, and broad streams of stars ran down over the valley and away to Wales. On Slad's white slopes, seen through the black sticks of its woods, some red lamps still burned in the windows. Everything was quiet. Everywhere there was the faint crackling silence of the winter night. We started singing, and we were all moved by the words and the sudden trueness of our voices. Pure by very dear and breathless we sang. As Joseph was a-walking, he heard an angel sing, "This night shall be the birth time of Christ the heavenly King. He neither shall be born in housen nor in hall, nor in a place of paradise, but in the ox's stall." And 2000 Christmases became real to us then. The houses, the stalls, the places of the paradise that had all been visited, the stars were bright to guide the kings through the snow, and across the farmyard we could hear the beasts in their stalls. We were given roast apples and hot mince pies. In our nostrils were spices like myrrh, and in our wooden box, we headed back for the village. There were golden gifts for all.